What seems to be overrated, until you actually try it. Being nice. Can't believe how many people return the favor. Getting skincare that actually works for you instead of whatever is convenient. I had terrible acne for years and I would just use whatever skincare I got my hands on instead of finding something that actually cleared up my skin. 2 things work: boots, shoes and quality underwear. If you work on your feet, do not skimp on your footwear. It saves on fatigue and body aches. Just for starters, I am currently wearing the ugliest pair of boots I've ever owned. Just because they were the most comfortable pair I tried on while shopping. They are work boots. Who cares what they look like? They will be filthy on the first day at a construction site. As far as the underwear, once you wear a good quality pair, you'll never want to go back. Boots Red Wing. They aren't for everyone as far as fit, but they last years. And if you can see a podiatrist, have them make custom insoles. They are life changers. Underwear Duluth Trading Company's Buck Naked Underwear. Hands down. Good headphones. You'll hear little nuances in music you've heard hundreds of times before but didn't notice. 2 monitors for your computer. Once you go to, you'll never go back. A weighted blanket. A good sound system to go with the TV. Many fancy expensive restaurants. I've always been frugal. After marriage I've joined my in-laws on several occasions for nice dinners. My taste buds are still in shock at the flavors that exist among foods I've eaten all my life. There is a true art to cooking that can't be replicated without years of education and training. On the other hand, hole-in-the-wall places. Some of the best cheap foods are gonna be served by a lovely grandmother in an alley tenement or a food truck parked in an unused auto body shop parking lot. People always say that you should try the locals' food, and I absolutely agree. If a place seems sketchy, but there's a line at 1 a.m., the food is gonna be good. Hiring movers. I used to pride myself in my moves, but that was just me and my stuff from one bedroom to another. When I got married, we started renting our own apartments and the stuff accumulated over the years. When we moved to NYC we hired my buddy's moving company and it was amazing. When we moved apartments the next year, we hired another company and it was so nice not having to move a single thing up the stairs. We have not moved in 6 years now and I hope we won't have to anytime soon, but we will 100% pay the extra hundreds of dollars to not schlep couches and dressers. Getting a good massage. I was almost 30 and had never had one before and I didn't really care to anyway, but my girlfriend found a deal for a couple's massage on Groupon at some shitty hole-in-the-wall place. So we went. It was a terrible massage and I left feeling worse than when I came in. I thought my apathy towards massages had been confirmed. A while later my back was really hurting so I decided to maybe give it one more shot at a nicer place. This time it was amazing and so peaceful I almost fell asleep. I walked out the door with no back pain and feeling completely refreshed. I'm glad I gave it a second chance. Actual running shoes. Some shoes are meant for running man. Really good water pressure from a shower head. Also Monster Energy ham. Actually spending time improving your relationships with family and friends. I cannot emphasize this enough. A quality pillow. Exercising regularly. Having an actually reasonable sleep schedule. Treating your mental health right. Pretty much just treating yourself well. Getting 8+ hours of sleep. Sure, everybody needs to find his or her magic hour. Some people need only 6 or 7 hours of sleep. Some people need 8 or 9. It doesn't really matter that much if you are fresh and feel good the morning after. 8 seems to be around the average, so I just used that. Finding something you truly enjoy. For me, although I suck, it's 3D modeling. So go out there and try out some hobbies. You never know what you'll like. Hawaii. It seems cliché and overdone, at least in US. But for good reason. I used to wonder why people would fly so long just to go to the beach when FL or CA is so much closer. It's a true cultural experience. Not just beaches and tropical drinks. Tailored clothing. You can have just about any body shape, but when you have it tailored to your actual size you go from looking okay to looking amazing. I thought to look at the starry sky is boring, but in fact it is very beautiful. When I was a child, my dad taught me about the constellations and bird watching. He said if you know the stars and birds, you'll never be bored wherever you go. He was right. Good quality fruits and vegetables. It may sound overrated, but good, fresh foods taste amazing. Sleep, nutrition, hydration. Believe me when I say this, it's a cold, dark world until you tune those three together. Going to bed early as yoga and meditation. It's ridiculous how hard it can be to just sit within yourself. But once you've done it and found the quiet, it's hard to stay away. Exercise. Free feel-good drugs that make you more attractive. Sign me up. Wait, I have to sweat. That. Drinking water. It's amazing how much better I feel when I consciously choose to drink more water. As a millennial, a full-time job and falling asleep early, was a night owl for years, depressed for a few, had a few part-time jobs here and there because I thought that I would hate working full-time. Turns out I like waking up early and really needed the structure in my life. Helped with my depression immensely, and I'm not so sad anymore these days. Sure, I have less time to do other things, but now they actually feel like hobbies, not like things I used to pass an excessive amount of time. Talking to a therapist. It can really help. Reading. VR. I looked at it at conferences but never really got into it. After using a headset in a more private environment, I found it amazing. It really is completely different. In a private environment. I'm assuming golf, considering how boring it seems and how much people who play love it. Good mouse for your PC. I've been using random $10 stuff. Around 2008 I got SS Kana, and this spring I got G403, and holy shit, it's so good. If Apex Legends had a good stat tracker, I am sure I've jumped quite a lot of steps just from mouse change. Putting salt and pepper on a sandwich. Life-changing. That's brilliant. I'm going to have to try that. Edit. It's horrible on PB&J 2/10. Reading the book before watching the movie. Don't get me wrong, I love movies. I just find it enhances both if I go in that order. Edit. As a librarian, I have a long list of books I think should be movies. Dark Matter, The Graveyard Book, The Catcher in the Rye, Artemis Fowl, Cinder. The list goes on. Curious what books others think should be movies. Not being piss poor. Now I'm lower middle class, and that money makes all the difference in the world for my health and happiness. Who would have thought? Money can't buy happiness should really be money can't guarantee happiness all the time for everyone, because holy shit, can a little money buy a lot of happiness when you have none. Nice shit for yourself like a showerhead, nice sheets, matching cups, a good wardrobe, healthy meals, exercise. When you put together any one part of this, it seems like nothing, but after 9 months and you've improved all of these small things, your life will feel way better and your dates and friends will really notice. Getting a dog or any pet. I used to scoff at dog owners talking about how much they love their dogs. I acknowledge that, but I don't really understand how can anyone's love for dogs surpass everything else. This just seems so overrated, and I think I can do without it. Thanks. This is until I have my own. I cannot imagine a day without him. I work hard to give him a good life. I make sure he eats and exercises as well as I do. I cry when he's hurt and laugh when he's happy. I love my dog. Come scoff at me. Into the Spider-Verse. High refresh rate monitors. You think you know what smoothness is until you get one of these. Then you look back at 60 Hz and wonder how you ever found that smooth in the first place. Cleaning. Everyone thinks this is a chore, but there's actually great benefits when you clean your house and your bedroom. You get some exercise, plus you actually have a lot more space, plus it's good for your health. Cocoa butter. Classical concert. Actually hearing the instruments in front of you is breathtaking. Period. Drinking a lot of water throughout the day. Trampoline parks. Took my toddler and wife to one for a kids' party. We were out doing errands before, so we showed up early. I had no intention of doing that childish stuff. It costed close to the same to buy an hour for the family as it did just for one toddler, so we said what the heck. Turns out that I haven't had that much fun in a while, and really needed that time with my family. We have been stressed out about buying a house, switching jobs, cut in pay, etc., etc. But instead of suffering through a toddler birthday party like I expected, my wife, kid, and I had a blast with each other, just jumping and playing, and I felt like a kid again. Not many other parents really did it that much, and we were definitely going at it the most. I felt a little self-conscious being all sweaty and out of breath. But then I looked over at my family having such a good time, and I instantly said f it again, and we were going at it until they called time on our hour that we bought, and we reluctantly vacated the trampoline area. A healthy relationship. Skooma. Japanese toilet. Using the toilets will never be the same. Putting continuous effort into actually training your dog. At first I kind of just thought we were stuck with this dog that got anxious and barked a lot when we had visitors. I've stopped making excuses and just tried training methods over and over, and I'm seeing slight improvements and something to look forward to. I usually roll my eyes when I hear this, but mindfulness and meditation. I just took a really good course at my job for new employees, and we had this section on mindfulness and meditation. Cue the eye rolling, but it was so interesting, and I really gained a lot of insight about how to apply principles on both my personal and professional life to maintain wellness and well-being. Saving money while young. Me and my husband were always seen as super boring when we were young because we both individually loved to save money. We still went out but just spent very little. No alcohol, no smoking, no drugs, no makeup, no expensive restaurants, always find vouchers, etc. But we saved enough to buy a home with a 50% deposit in our 20s, which means a tiny mortgage. That now means that we can live very comfortably off one average income and still save for whatever we want to do. Trust me, start saving now. Cheese pizza. All my life I ordered toppings because why would I want a plain pizza? Meat and stuff only makes it better, right? Well, one day I went to my pizza place for a slice, but I could only afford a slice of cheese, so I got it and sprinkled some crushed red pepper on it, and my goodness, so good. Been my preferred pizza for 8 years now. Before that I thought people were nuts for ordering a plain pizza, but I see it now. Nature. Seriously, be in nature more, and without your phone. Since many have commented on the safety benefits of bringing the phone, I agree with that. If you're bringing your phone, have it turned off and/or in airplane to avoid social medias and other distractions. If you're going for a shorter walk, hike and are confident in, you might consider leaving it. But bring your phone with you, and make sure to bring that power bank if you're going more than a few days or hiking on a trail that's said to be difficult and the risks of hurting yourself is higher. Bring it, but always tell someone where you're going and when you should be coming home at least. Reddit. Especially once you get past the main big subs and find smaller communities dedicated to your interests and fit your personality more. Eating bananas. My dude, you blend a frozen one with some chocolate protein powder, scoop that shit into a bowl, maybe even throw some cut cherries on if you're feeling fancy. It's the best thing. I've been pretty much living off of the stuff, and I just have to share it. The world. Podcasts. Think of a topic, and someone will have created a podcast for it. I discovered them working an 18-hour shift and now can't work without them. 1080p on YouTube. Those electric scooters that recently popped up all over cities in USA. I always made fun of the people riding them for being lame until I had to unexpectedly be on the other side of downtown. What would have been a 45-minute walk turned into a 15-minute ride for under $5. Plus it was super fun. Haters gonna hate. The haters aren't hating because they think the scooters are lame. They're hating because of all the people breaking traffic laws, inappropriately discarding them when finished, and generally making streets and sidewalks more dangerous for pedestrians and drivers alike. At least in Denver, the majority of people I see using scooters are not sharing the road appropriately with other modes of transportation. Pop sockets. Shit's pretty useful. Sweet and salty popcorn. Yes, both mixed. Had it the first time few years ago, and now it's my favorite popcorn flavor. Give it a try if you haven't done it yet. Sushi was one of those things for me. I was very put off by it for so long, until I actually tried it and realized just how good it could be. Chips on sandwiches. Watching a movie and cuddling with your S.O. Seinfeld. I was very late getting into it. Minecraft. Alone time. Going to the gym. Having a 9 to 6 job with decent and stable income. 1 hour lunch break included. 5 days a week. I can pay my bill, fund my hobby, and go overseas holiday every year from such job. Doesn't sound that bad to be a corporate slave, eh?